Planet Dolan. From getting out of a black hole to what you call a fly with no wings, we answer 10 of your most burning questions about life.
Hello there. My name is Shima, and I'll be reading out the questions and answers.
I'm Danger Dolan, and I'm here to blow your mind with truth.
Carib Hayes asks, why do you need to stay healthy?
You don't. If you get fat, you can use your blubbery belly in a variety of useful ways. You can wrap it behind your head as a pillow, you can lasso people from a distance, and you can DJ mix it for some sick beats.
Your health is crucial when it comes to enjoying life. You'll look better, you'll feel better about yourself, more confidence, you'll live longer, and be active enough to play fun games with your family, even when you're old and gray. Jed Callias Rodriguez asks, why are a snail and slug different?
Unfortunately, they're the same thing. It's just that it's really hard to find work as a slug in an industry that favors ants and worker bees who work for essentially nothing. So slugs can't find shell houses to live in. But don't worry, we're working on it.
Both snails and slugs are very similar, coming from a class of creatures called gastropods. One difference, though, is that snails have shells, which is like a home on their back, whereas slugs have no shell and thus can squeeze themselves into places snails can't go. Jario Melendez asks, how do oranges form in trees?
Oranges grow very fast, but the world is constantly in short supply because those oranges attack each other on the branches in brawls of survival of the fittest. The loser will fall from the tree and watch as his whole future vanishes before his eyes.
Trees as young as 3 years of age can produce oranges, as well as rootstock, which are plants that you can graft orange buds onto. From trees, orange flowers sprout that may bloom into developing oranges that will ripen in about a year. Comic Hog Gaming asks, what was the first bag of chips?
Thousands of years ago, the first ever brand of potato chips was Pringles, and they're still around today because once they popped, they literally could not stop.
George Crumb invented potato chips by accident when he tried to teach a whining customer a lesson by slicing his potatoes super thin, frying them up, and heaping them with salt. Surprisingly, it took off, and later the first bag of chips came from a factory that used Crumb's recipe for Saratoga chips.
Hey Shima, do you want a Pringle?
Dolan, no!
It works! Stop!
Ramon Valenzuela of Patreon asks, why is phlegm yellow-green when you're sick?
Wait, so when you cough into a tissue, you see yellowy green stuff. Okay. This might sound like an awkward question, but are you like an alien, or is your brain just melting, or what?
You might think it's snot, but it's actually cells in your body gathering to combat the infection. And one particular cell, called myeloperoxidase, features a prominent green color, in which case you may need antibiotics if you're feeling really, really bad.
No, the aliens melted my brain.
You have a cold.
You did this! Damn you filthy cats!
Angel Reyes asks, can you get out of a black hole?
You technically can, but it's not worth it, man. The queue to get out is so popular that it'd take an eternity to leave, unless you know someone at the event or you're already famous. In which case, email me after the video because I may need your help.
Although we can't put them into practice right now, we do have theories about whether it's possible to escape a black hole. Although Stephen Hawking has claimed information might be able to escape, suffice it to say, if you or your family get sucked in, you might want to bring a book as you're going to be there for a very long time.
What's a duck?
Here, I got you this.
I don't get it.
If a fly has no wings, is it a walk?
It can be whatever it wants. You can't impose your societal expectations on a housefly. That's totally specious.
When I grow up, I want to be a mattress.
And you will, my friend. You will have a pillow.
No, just like if an orange were suddenly to become a different color, it'd still be an orange. A fly without wings is just a handicapped fly.
Ah, he's handicapped now. What if this was his choice?
I'm sorry?
Maybe he's an independent black fly who don't need no wings.
Bashwood Angelo of Patreon asks, is the universe always growing?
The universe really isn't that old if you think about it. It's just a teenager, and during this time the universe will find itself in the middle of massive changes to its galactic body. Certain unnameable parts of its galaxy will grow and awkward facial supernovas may form.
Yes, when the universe began, everything expanded rapidly in all directions. A crude example is to put dots on a balloon and inflate it. Then see how it grows and all the dots move away from each other. Where do worms go in the winter?
They generally latch onto your skin when you're in bed to stay warm during colder seasons, and the reason your skin might be itchy sometimes is because they're squirming around trying to get comfortable. Be careful though, they like to explore.
Deep in the ground is actually quite warm, even during cold winters. Worms stay buried far underground throughout the winter so that they don't freeze. Dolan, what are you doing?
I'm so cold.
You could wear clothes.
I already have a hat. Shima.
Dog Pro Studios asks, how old was the oldest dog?
The oldest dog lived millions of years ago, and surprisingly, he's still alive today, living as a hermit in a cave somewhere. If you find him, you can ask him any question about the history of the Earth, and he'll provide shocking answers. Unfortunately, he can only tell you through woofs.
Although there have been a lot of unreliable claims, the oldest recorded dog was an Australian cattle dog named Bluey, who lived to be 29 years old and 5 months. The typical lifespan of a dog is only 8 to 15 years.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one!